Alright, this is the first one. Just painted it 2 days ago and just pulling it out of the shop now. It's a nice gray, matches pretty well the rest of the hoppers that are out there. I'll give you a little tour of what I got going on. This paint here, this is just overspray. Give that a wipe. And it's nice underneath. I screwed up when I painted this. I thinned it down too much. And there's 20-foot paint jobs, and then there's quarter section paint jobs, and this is a quarter section paint job. I've got runs absolutely everywhere. See it dripping off that angle. Well, it's dry now, but I'm not going for looks. I'm going for not rusting and lasting for a long time. Oh, so this is my aeration duct into the bin. The framework here, I can give you a better view of it when it's flipped upside down, but that's what my fan's gonna sit on right there, and then it's gonna go into there. That's gonna go into the bin, and then my aeration is sitting on the trailer there. I gotta put it together still. I don't have the rollers for the gate, but I just got some bolts in there for now. This is what I've got. It's just an over centering, nothing fancy, quick and dirty. A lot of the other ones have the chain and sprocket with a crank on it, but I figured that was going to add too much time and money into building these things. There's lots of other hopper designs that run that, and they are all good, so not concerned with that. I'll see if I can flip this thing over with the Manitou here and not have to pull it back into the shop to fix it. Alright, just attached a chain there, just so I don't lose it when it goes over. There's gonna be a fulcrum point here, and somewhere at that fulcrum point it's gonna want to go. Just trying to take it easy. Looks like the chain got tight. I tipped those spears down because I don't want them to break when this thing goes over. Anyone's ever broken a spear, you know they go flying. There it goes. Now, I'm glad I hooked a chain to that. Ooh. Oh yeah, that was a little scary. But we'll see if it's gonna sit there now. getting things ready for spring. I didn't video any of this work, but I'll show you what we did with this sprayer. This is a 2009 Apache sprayer. It was listed as a 2010, and actually when we went to pick it up, I was writing the serial number down, found out the hard way it was a 2009. But we bought it pretty cheap because none of the GPS worked in this thing. So we ended up taking out all the Raven system and putting in a Outback system. But one of the issues with this was these bushings on this forelink were all shot, and this rear axle was turning, which in turn caused that spherical bushing to crack in there. I'll see if I can find one of the old ones. But we changed the bushings on that forelink. I took that big cylinder off and re-welded it, or welded a new one on. These are the spherical bulb bushings. I got a few extras just in case. I had to order them from New York, so the shipping was worth more than what the parts were. You never recognize that? Oh yeah, that handy little tool. It's holding up my auger. So another thing I gotta do for spring is this little orbit motor here with the gear. It drives the tire. So that rim has got a big gear written in it, or welded in it. And what happened is, driving down the road, that handle dropped down, and that gear unfortunately went into the other one and ground those gears off. You don't notice that pulling it with the truck going down the road. So I'm gonna take this off, see if I can either find a new one, or I might just build that up with weld. All it's got to do is help move the auger. This auger's got a moving kit on it, so it's a little more handy getting it in and out of bins. But I think I got to take the orbit motor right off, because there's a roll pin in there, and there's no way you can pound that roll pin out without having to take the motor off, because it's in a housing all the way around. Well, I welded it. Is it pretty? No, not really. But it's too hot to try to grind down right now. But I think that'll be okay. Shape those teeth a little bit with the grinder, and I'll go match it up with the ring gear before I put it back on the motor. Well, it's certainly not perfect, but I think that'll work. For what it's doing, should work. Work better than having a big flat spot on your drive gear. I'll put this back together and get on with the next project. Alright, this is the basket that I was talking about. That's just so they can throw their rakes and shovels and spare tools and whatnot in. This is 3/16 sheet metal that's formed. That's 3 inches wide right here. So this is why I didn't make the headache rack super strong, or wasn't worried about it, because that is butted right up to the headache rack. Now they can stack things against that. I'm pretty confident that is strong enough to hold. Still got visibility over the mirrors. Yeah, that should work. Just bolted it down 4 locations with some stainless steel bolts.